What's up, guys? Thank you for joining me today on Instinctive Addiction Archery. I'm your host, Jeff Phillips, and I hope and pray that you will find this particular video the most helpful I've ever put out. Because, guys, this one is from the heart. It is. Okay, so let me tell you what's going on here. The reason I'm doing this video, and I haven't even done one in a little while, I've been hunting a lot. Really hardcore. It's late season. We've only got a couple of weeks left here. We're tail end of January and 2025. And guys, it's 18 degrees out here right now. I mean, I really need to put my toboggan on. I'm freezing. But I dressed up in my hunting clothes just like I'm hunting. Every layer, my jacket, my vest, every single thing like I've been hunting. Okay, let me tell you what I've been dealing with, guys. I've heard this for years and years and years. I've heard about this. I've never personally experienced it. I've dealt with people that have had it many times, but I personally have never had this. And quite frankly, guys, I got overconfident, overcocky with my ability to just look at something and shoot it. Okay? Well, let me tell you what's happened to me, guys, and I want you to listen real close. If you think that target panic is not real, you're bad wrong. You're bad wrong. I tell you the God honest truth. It has hit me, and it's hit me hard all of a sudden out of nowhere. And I'll tell you, November, did the video in November, shot a doe at like 23 yards, made a perfect shot, complete pass through with an Oberon recurve. Beautiful doe. Lord have mercy, they're beautiful animals. They are. And this is, like I said, this was my exit hole. Went in, come all. No problem. Just like any other deer that I've ever shot with a recurve or a longbow. No matter what. But in the last 2 weeks, I have missed 2 deer. Close range. Now, one of them, and I will show you a video clip of this one, I did take a 22-yard shot in the snow at a doe, and I shot completely left of that deer, just grazed the chest basically. Up and down was okay, but I completely pulled left on that deer at 22 yards in the snow. Okay. That's what got me really thinking, well, how did I miss that shot to begin with? Okay, how? What happened? What went wrong? I played it over and over in my mind. Okay, I'm hunting really cold weather. Lots of clothes on, cold weather, extremely skittish deer at that. Very nervous deer, because guys, it may not be this way where you hunt, but where I hunt, these deer have been rifle hunted for months, okay, and they are very nervous creatures. Okay, I mean, they're on edge, and there's no cover. I hunt up a tree stand, so I can't get away with virtually any movement. I have to be super stealthy to pull off a shot within range of a traditional bow. Okay, so all I could do is play in my mind, what happened to that doe in the snow? Why did I shoot left? And I played it over in my mind, and you know, it's kind of like a light went off. It's like, I don't remember coming into my anchor. I really don't remember shooting my process like I do all summer, you know, all the time out here on targets. I don't remember doing that. I was trying to be stealthy because, you know, any little thing that moved, these deer were on alert. They were just so nervous. And it was almost like I just tried to just get that bow back enough to let an arrow fly. And obviously I shot completely left of that deer. And that really got me down. It really did. Okay. So, the other day, a big doe that I call One Eye Sally. She got one eye. I've seen this doe a bunch of times. Very smart doe. She has one eye missing. Her right eye actually is gone. Don't know what happened to her, and I don't know, but I tried to kill her. She comes in, she checks the wind, she comes into the block of woods I'm in, she's alone, and she works her way in, and she gives me a literal 11-yard shot. Wide open, broadside, looking the other way. And I shoot a foot over this deer's back. A foot over this deer's back. With a longbow. Okay? So, I, right then and there, was instantly to the bottom as bottom can get. Like, am I no longer capable of this? Why am I going through all this trouble if I can't even pull off the shot and kill a deer after all of the effort I go through and the freezing cold and the hours spent trying to get set up and trying to make it happen, and I can't pull the shot off? What has went wrong with me? Okay? So, this took me back to last year. Guys, I shared a video. I went to IBO Worlds and last summer. Shot really well until the very last shot. And I completely blew the shot. It was almost pure blow up. I just absolutely blew this shot. And I remember in my mind, I did not come into my anchor and pull through and perform my shot. And it costed me. Okay, big deal. That's target archery, no big deal. But when it comes to killing deer, I take that really personal, okay? So I'm out here on my range. I figured, cold or not, I'm going to do a video on this because I'm going to help you guys hopefully understand what I'm going through, how I'm dealing with it, what I think is going on, how this happens to bow hunters and target archers alike, but how this target panic affects us and what it does and why these things are going on and what you can do to overcome it versus giving it up. Okay? Because I'm not a quitter. Things happen to me like this, I just get mad, frankly, and I figure out, what do I got to do to fix this? Okay? Plain and simple. Okay, so played it over in my mind. Shot just like this here. I'm simulating. This is just the shot that I got. Exact shot. Exact to the T. This is as close as I could reenact what happened. And I remember specifically, the deer was on my left for 10 minutes probably, and I didn't have a shot, and I was trying not to get busted. Every bird with doves fluttering around, birds, squirrels, everything was just on edge. And that deer was constantly just, looking up, looking around. I literally couldn't move. And I just sit there and I held pressure on my string, waiting on the shot. Like I've done many times before. And I think it kind of wears on you. It wears you down just a little bit. But anyway, when she finally come in, and I was like, Lord, please give me a shot. Just give me the shot. Give me the shot. Well, he did. He did his part. I didn't do mine. The deer comes in the opening, wide open, and stops, and is like, Jeff, here you go. Go ahead and shoot me. And I shot a foot over that deer's back. And I remember, it's plain as day, guys, I did not come more than 3/4 of the way of my draw. And I let that arrow go. The stupidest thing I could ever think of why on the face of the earth did I not have control of my string, of my bow? Why did my brain say, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go? Where does this come from? This is the target panic that I hear so much about that I have personally never had a problem with. But now I do. So I've went to work addressing this, trying to figure out where it comes from and what I've got to do to nail that, to where that does not happen to me again. Hey guys, where I believe I'm going to grab this bow. I've got my recurve out here today, and I will share this with you guys. I've shot recurves, I've shot longbows. I've simulated my same shot with all kinds of bows, just seeing if is there a difference in bows? Yes, there is to me. Is there a difference in pounds? A little bit, yes. Yes. Especially in cold weather. You're already tight, your muscles are tight. You know, you can shoot heavier pounds all day in the summertime, but when it's really cold and you've been there for hours and you're cold and you're nervous and you're trying not to get busted, shooting too many pounds sometimes will always cost you not to come into full anchor and rotate the elbow. Number two, a recurve feels a little softer on the back. It seems like a recurve is a little bit easier for me personally to get into my anchor because it just feels soft on the back wall. Softer. Okay, there again, it's all about what pounds you're shooting. It doesn't matter. Now, being bent at the waist, I did some real live testing, guys. Let me grab a bow here. I did some testing. And when you are bent at the waist, which you have to do to take a shot, it is automatically, when you've got clothes on and you're bent at the waist, you're in a hunting position. And I'm going to shoot an actual broadhead, just like I'm hunting. I don't care. I'm setting up an actual hunting scenario here. When you're set up like that, and the deer comes in, well, you can't just stand up and shoot vertical. Guess what? You have to bend over. You have to bend at the waist, hunting out of a tree stand. Now, I only hunt out of tree stands. Well, I hunt out of ground blinds too, but for the most part, I'm tree stand hunting. Okay, so that means when a deer is 10, 11, 12 yards, whatever, I have to, number one, put a little can on the bow to get the limb out of the way of my leg. I have to bend at the waist. All of that causes me a lot of difficulty to rotate my shoulders and really get into my anchor without extreme effort. In other words, you got to make it happen. So what I realized I did, and guys, what I'll do the first shot, I'm going to simulate exactly what I did on that deer and what went wrong. I did this here. Lined up. And I tugged on the string. I tugged really slow. And God, as I started getting it back like this, oh, it's like the pounds just came on. And I was shooting a 45-pound bow. Okay. But slow tugging that string, my mind and my body was screaming, release that arrow. Release that arrow. And I did. And I shot a foot over Sally's back. She didn't know what happened, of course. She's been back many times. And hopefully I'll get another chance at her. I mean, it's just a doe, but when I have an encounter with one and I blow it, kind of want to get another chance at her. So anyway, I've thought about this, guys. I thought, okay, target panic for me comes in various forms. Something is telling me to get rid of the arrow. As soon as my eyes see in my sight picture that everything's lined up and it's good, to let go. And that just cannot be. It cannot be. And it's even tougher when your fingers are cold, when you're cold, when everything's like that, and deer are nervous and you're in a live situation. It's just different, okay? So what I have been practicing, guys, is when I line up, when a deer gives me the shot, when it gives me the shot, I have to think the first thing is, number one, draw the bow. Don't just tug on it. Draw the bow and rotate. Draw that bow and lock in. I've got to nail that process down. That's what I'm personally working on. The slow draw and tugging, and I always tug for the first inch or two of my shot, no matter how I shoot a bow. It just helps me with my lineup. I shoot really accurate that way. But it will also cost you if you don't just go ahead and draw the bow like you would a compound bow and get into your anchor. If you can't do it, drop pounds. You know, guys, I'm telling you this because I know I'm not the only one. Matter of fact, I shared a post on our Facebook thing about this. I probably had 300 comments, probably. I don't know, in no time about this. You would not believe the guys that at one point in time have dealt with exactly what I'm dealing with. And there again, it's the first for me. And I'm having to work my way through it. So I'm going to be doing videos as I work through this and I progress to see what happens. How I personally overcome this thing. Okay, some people call it a demon. Well, it's not really a demon, but it really is a bad thing that creeps in. And it's something just breaks down in your shot process, and your mind begins to tell you to prematurely get rid of that arrow, to let go. It just doesn't, okay? And it will cost you in a hunting situation. It will cost you. What if it was a monster buck? What are you going to do? Something like that happens. You're going to quit. You're going to quit hunting with these things, period, if that happens to you. Okay, if you can't nail it. So, all right, it's windy, it's cold, it's the same situation. I'm freezing, I can't even feel my fingers right now. It's so cold. Seriously, guys, it is like brutal cold. But I'm going to try to make this shot. I'm going to act like I was there, like this is my same situation, and see if I can do better than I did, differently. If what I've been trying to program my brain is sinking in. Okay, here we go. See, now that would have worked. Now I shot the heart, and that's what you do. You better be looking low, even at 10 yards. You better be looking low with a deer, because I don't care. They're going to duck. If they're nervous or not, they're going to duck, even at 10 yards. I would have absolutely smoked that deer. I would have. What did I do different? What did I do different than I did the other day? Well, guys, I'll show you what I did the other day. Exactly. I'll show you. I tugged. I tugged. I tugged. I tugged. I tugged. Oh, God, my limb hit my leg. I shot high. And I let go, and I had almost no power behind that arrow. None. Because I shot at 3/4 draw. And I'm going to tell you guys, that is exactly what I did. As lame as it is, that's what I did with my longbow. I absolutely drew to right here. Never touched. I drew to right here. And I shot. I mean, it was killing me and I was looking at the whole body, and I just let go. If that's not target panic, after waiting 15 to 20 minutes on a deer to give you an ethical, perfect shot opportunity, I don't know what is. Okay? I don't know what else is. So I'm learning, guys, that I have to figure a way out of a tree stand to bend at my waist. And I've got to rotate. I've got to rotate. And I'm thinking elbow. If you say, well, Jeff, what's going through your mind? What's going through your mind? I'm looking at that spot, and I've got my elbow up, and I'm just thinking, bring your elbow on around. Come on around. Come on around. Just come on around. I don't have to hold it long, but I got to get into full draw while I'm focused on that spot. That's what I have to do. Perfect shot. I didn't hold long at all. But guys, I promise you, I literally could not do that. Nerves may have something to do with it. No different, guys, than a 3D championship shoot of some kind. You may be shooting in a high competition, high level, high stress competition, and all of a sudden blow a shot or two. And I've done it, man, I've done it. And I'll be like, what in the crap did I just do? Why did I not shoot my process? Why did I not? Well, something broke down. So it's kind of like a monster. It's like a monster that's in your head that is telling your body, let go. Let go. You're there. Let go. No need to hold it. Let go. Let go. Let go. Well, guys, it'll cost you. It will cost you. I promise you. If you cannot, if you can't manage your pounds, like this is a 45-pound bow. This Elite is a 45-pound bow. If you cannot draw and hold that bow any length of time, if you want to, you have too much weight. I will tell you that now. But if weight's not the problem and you're just letting it go, even if you're shooting a light pound bow, and you're still shooting way premature of what you want to, and you're not coming into your anchor, it's pure target panic. If it happens periodically, once in a blue moon, happen, fairly regular, whatever the case may be, you are dealing with that thing that is going to raise its head up at a moment when you don't need it to. And you can't control it until you have absolutely mastered it. It's not something that happens overnight. And I'm going to tell you, I got my work cut out, guys, because it has shown me it's a real thing. It's snowing. It's a real thing. It really happens. You've got to deal with it. And I am just now starting. So this is making me conscious now of every shot I make. Before I draw that string, I'm having to think through a process. Okay, what do I do here? I've got to come into full draw, and I've got to get into my anchor. I've got to feel that touch. I've got to make sure that I'm pulling through that shot. I've got to make sure I'm doing that. No matter where I hit. You can't have any negative thoughts. I practiced the other night drawing my bow with my eyes closed. And then opening my eyes and looking at the target and seeing how long I could hold it before my mind said, shoot, 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 shoot. It was amazing how fast my eyes and mind told me to let go of that string. I could draw and I could hold it and open my eyes, and as soon as I remotely had a sight picture that looked decent, it was gone. I'm like, okay, why? Why am I doing this? Why do I find it difficult to open my eyes at full draw and then just continue to hold the bow, look at my spot, and shoot? Why is it so difficult? Because the mind is saying, you're there, let her go, let it go. And that has a lot to do with what happened to me the other day. There is something there that's real, that tells you when you are lined up that it's okay. You can go ahead and let go. No, it's not. It's not, because you have not come around into your full expansion. You have not. Because when you come into full expansion, guess what? You're lined up. Your sight picture's right. You can tell where your arrow's at. So, guys, if I have to go down to a 40-pound bow, a 35-pound bow, whatever it takes for me to develop a 1,000% controlled shot, that's what I'm going to do. I'm about to go hunting here in just a minute. These deer, they got to be moving they're hungry. They got to be. So I'm going hunting, and Lord willing, I'm going to get redemption on something. I'm going to get an opportunity, and I'm going to see if there's a change, if I have better results than I've had on the last two. Okay, because it has really, really, really bothered me. It's bothered me bad. And guys, I wanted to bring you this, bring it to you real, what I'm dealing with, and how I'm working my way through it. Okay? So, thank you for joining me today on Instinctive Addiction Archery. I love you guys so much. Pray that this will be a help to you. As always, I thank you for watching every video. I appreciate it. Guys, I'm just being honest with you, and I want to share my heart, because I know I'm not the only one that's having to deal with these kinds of issues. I know I'm not. And if it hasn't happened to you, it's going to at some point in time. I mean, I pray it don't, but hey, if it does, maybe even years from now, you can look back on this video and say, dang, Jeff went through this. Okay, what did he do to work through it? I'm going to do as many videos as I can dealing with this as I do. When we get into 3D season, which is just now starting, I'm going to be shooting some 3D. And we're on the ground. I'm going to just be dealing with some, how is my process affected? Do I still have it at that point? Okay, because right now I'm going to say yes, I still have it, because I'm out here shooting a target and I can control it and I can make it happen. But can I do it on a live deer? Can I do it under pressure? Or is the same thing going to happen? And I'm going to just get mad all over again and say, why can I not control this? Guys, it's real. It's real. Thank you. Till next time, goodbye.